All right. Good evening, everybody. Hey, Burger. Yeah, I saw you in the chat there as the commercial was going. Uh, we are back on Thursday night. It's been a little bit cloudy, a little bit hazy. I was going to stream last night. It was really good out, but I was pretty tired. I just wasn't quite feeling it. Uh, but tonight, I don't know how long we're going to be on here. It's really not late in astronomy. I mean, this is really like the beginning of the night. I mean, you could be out here until like 2 or 3 in the morning, easy, looking at like different stuff. Oh, hey Amy, how you doing? Um, so yeah, so I just figured, the seeing's pretty good. It's a little hazy out, with a lot of particles in the air. It's clear. Uh, yeah, yeah, it's semi-clear. Let's do it. Um, so tonight, one of our favorite, mine especially, constellations is coming up. This is sort of this is about the earliest we can get it, around 9:30. We're still seeing a cross into the atmosphere a little bit, so I don't think the picture's going to be great. Oh, hey Zach, how you doing, bud? Hopefully we're going to do better tonight. I think seeing is good, and I tested the internet. It wasn't doing that great, so hopefully our beautiful co-host is going to tell me if this thing starts buffering, because I can't tell that. But right now we're looking good. Um, but let's look over here. Let's go to Stellarium. All right, you can see, right here, I've got the constellation lines up. If you go outside, if you have Stellarium on your phone, this is going to help you. But if not, if you go out and look to the east, this is east northeast, you are going to see, it looks like the Little Dipper right here. It's going to be one, two. I don't even know if they call that the Little Dipper. That's how little I know about astronomy. But I do know that when you look in the east and you see these 3 stars right here, this is Orion's belt. Orion has like probably the best targets in it, and for me, in all of astronomy, it's absolutely amazing. Like, look at all the stuff in here. This stuff is nuts. A lot of these are like reflection nebulas too. They're reflections off of stars, and it's just very cool. So yeah, if you go outside and look, these 3 stars right here, and it looks like the Little Dipper. I'll have to confirm if that's the Little Dipper. Maybe my co-host can help me. This right here is Orion's belt, and tonight we are going to look off the bottom star right here, as off of Alnitak, which is the bottom star in Orion's belt, and we are going to go. We did this the other night right here. This was the this is the Great Orion Nebula, and we're going to do that again too, because the seeing was okay, but it wasn't great. But tonight, seeing's pretty good. We're a little low, as you can see. You see right here. We normally like to be up in here. This is where the good stuff is. This is where the good seeing is. But here is not bad. We're starting to come up into the sky, and we are going to go right here, right there. This is probably one of the most famous targets in astronomy, next to the pillars of creation. This is Barnard 33, the Horsehead Nebula. All right, I don't know if ours is going to look like this, but we are going to we're going to give it a shot. So here we are. I already pointed Clyde over here. I can kind of see a little bit on my monitor, right down here. But let's go ahead. We're going to need a trigger mode for this. Obviously, video mode's not going to be enough. We usually do 20 seconds with Clyde with the Hyperstar. I think that's a good place to start. I think the last time I did this target, well, most targets, because we've been down for so long, was in the beginning of 2021. It is now almost 2024. Let's see how much we've improved. All right, let's go ahead and hit our loop. Let's see what appears. I was a little tired when I started. I'm getting excited now. This is awesome stuff. This, I'm hoping, is going to be amazing. It might not be. but I'm hoping it will be. Let's see here. All right, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, oh my goodness. There it is. That is absolutely, that is absolutely awesome. Now, just think when you go outside and you look at Orion's belt, the bottom stars, all intact, this is what's in there. This is crazy. All right. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see what our histogram looks like. We're not going to put too much gain in it. We don't want to make it fuzzy. Let's see here. Oh, there's my daughter. Thank you for the like, my wonderful daughter. She's the best. Let's see here. All right, we're just going to leave this histogram. We're not going to mess with, it's right at the end here, and I think it's about as dark as it's going to get. We could probably move that dark over just a little bit, right there. Let's see after it takes a snap what it's going to do. It should blacken this up just a hair. Oh, and it did. And it did. All right. I think that this is going to stack up just like this. And then this is one of those targets that I think the post-processing is going to make this absolutely awesome. Let's see here. I'm going to enable the stack, and we're going to start stacking this picture up. You know, one of the guys off of the Live Skies off of the mountain campsite, Rusty, he's been broadcast yesterday and I missed it, but I was able to on my phone. I forgot my login, so he didn't know I was watching. But if Rusty sees this, when I logged on, he was doing the Heart Nebula, and it looked absolutely stunning. Those guys over there are so good. They're way better than I am. They are amazing. And their streams are really good. They're very informative. I love watching them. All right, let's see here. This is going to stack up nice. So this is the horse head right here. This is the horse head. Don't worry, this is going to get a lot brighter. This star is all in the tech, and I believe this is, I believe that's the Flame Nebula. Not the Flaming Star Nebula. This is the Flame Nebula, or the Maple Leaf Nebula. That's probably a better description of it, because it does look like a maple leaf. Or the Lips Nebula, or the Burning Trash Nebula, or the Ghost of All Attack, whatever you want to call it. It has a lot of names in here. But, oh, yeah, of course, Zach. Yeah, share away, please. Oh, I know. Burger, that star is ridiculous bright. If we go over here, how many do we have? Oh, we're just stacking up right now. Let's see here. What does Stellarium say about All Attack? Let's click on All Attack. It is a magnitude of 1.85. It's reduced to 2 tonight, a little over 2 because of the air masses and, you know, kind of where we're looking at. But that is like, oh my gosh, that's like so bright, it's ridiculous. It's almost like overpowering in the camera for sure. But it is absolutely beautiful, and we get from our Hyperstar, we have one wire going to the front of the camera and another wire coming off. One is the USB and one is the power, and we have those 90 degrees parallel from each other, and that is what gives us these beautiful refractions on this star right here. And it just makes them absolutely beautiful. Now this right here is a reflection nebula, and I believe this is a reflection nebula, and I think Oak River in here is reflection nebula. It's got some crazy stuff in here, and I think this is another target. This is going to be excellent for live high dynamic range. That's where we bring the white point of our histogram down and we start making it brighter while it's stacking. Remember, stacking a picture is where you take a picture and you want to take it a little bit relatively more dark so you're not overpowering your stars, and then you just start taking a picture and it just lays them on top of each other, and the details absolutely just pop through there. And then we do our high dynamic range and bring lighter pictures on top, and that's how we get these amazing images here. Trust me, it's not me doing it. It's the software. It's the software and the equipment. I'm not doing anything but just sort of clicking the mouse. But this is going to be absolutely great. If you can see, we are at an output of 8 and we are at an input of 9 frames. Let's see here. Once we get to 10, we'll start our LHDR and we're going to just learn a little bit here. But, oh, look at this. You see this right here? This is Elon. He does this to me all the time and he knows it. I'm going to have to talk to Elon about this. This is ridiculous. But until I call him and talk to him, we're going to have to deal with his satellites coming through our pictures. There is software to take those out. I'm not too worried about it. It just is what it is. We have Starlink here, so I can't complain. Although we're not using Starlink on our streams. You know what's crazy? Our internet wasn't that great tonight. It's okay. Sometimes, you know, because we're on a 5G wireless out here. They come put an antenna on the house and all. It is not doing well tonight. It's doing okay, but I said, well, let me switch over to the Starlink. And the download was not great, but the upload was like ridiculous. It was up into the teens. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. So I quick started the stream on that, and then 10 seconds into the stream, it dropped like 30% of the frames through Starlink. But yet what's crazy is the output was so high. But yet you drop all those frames, and that's, I believe, from, you know, trying to travel to the satellites. We're not quite there yet. We're not quite there with Starlink, but for downloading and watching TV and everything, Starlink is absolutely amazing. Oh yeah, that's going to go right through there. That's wonderful. But hopefully, as this stacks, that will sort of go away unless we get more. All right, let's start our high dynamic range, and we'll bring that down right to there. We're going to do a little bit slowly tonight and just try and stack these down on top of each other, just a little bit at a time. Okay, so while we're looking at that wonderful picture here, let's see here. The Horsehead Nebula, Bernard 33. I know that's a weird catalog number, but the Bernard is another catalog number, along with NGC and the IC and the and all the other ones that I absolutely don't know anything about. So the Horsehead Nebula, Bernard 33, is a dark nebula. They call this a dark nebula because the Horsehead is dark, right? So we have this H3 region up top over here where that Horsehead is. The Horsehead is actually dark nebula. I've talked about this before. Yeah, Dirty Burger, building them stacks. I've talked about dark nebula before. That I've watched some of the guys on Live Skies do these dark nebula, and basically you're going to have a star field. Your screen is full of stars, and then you have these amazing shapes of black, and they are dark black nebula. And this is what the Horsehead is. It is a black dark nebula. It is amazing. The Horsehead Nebula, also known as Bernard 33, is an emission nebula. The emission nebula, if you click on it in Stellarium, it doesn't say Bernard. It says IC 434. That is the Horsehead Nebula in the IC catalog. It doesn't say Bernard or the Horsehead Nebula. It is in the constellation Orion. Let's see here. It is on the eastmost course star of Orion's belt. On attack is the star. Let's see here. Let's see. What else can we learn about here? Wonder how many they're going to tell us how big it is. I'm trying not to click on a regular website because it makes what's so dark in here. All I have is the monitor lights and the weather station on. Let's see here. It's a good question. Don't know. Oh, okay. Uh, the Horsehead Nebula is 1,375 light years away from Earth. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. It's not as far as galaxies, but as you know, it's far. And let's be honest, it's. I think our beautiful co-host texted me last stream that 1 light year is like 6 trillion miles. Uh, do we even know what a trillion is? I mean, the government does. They print it every day. But we here at Starbright Observatory do not know what a trillion is. We deal in smaller numbers into the hundreds here at this household. But yeah, it's crazy. Let's see here. This is turning out beautiful. We do have that one satellite trail. It's okay. Let's go down a little bit more with our white area right here. We're at 24 stacks. We're just going to go. We're going to go quite a few stacks on this tonight. I think that would be a good idea. Usually, I like to take a picture around 32 to 36 frames. Maybe we'll spend a little bit more time on this target because it is so amazing, and try and get the best picture that we can for as low as it is. It is still pretty low in the sky, but that's okay. Clyde's doing his job. We can see out here. There he is. I got to get more infrared lights out there so we can see Clyde a little bit better. But he is definitely, you can see, he is just pointing over the roof peak of the observatory. And that roof peak does fold down, but I was lazy. I didn't take it down tonight. But that's okay. All right, we are doing phenomenal. You know, I talked about this before, but our histogram, when there's good seeing out, the red in the histogram is nice and crisp, like the other colors. And when it starts to get a little bit more muddled outside, it starts to get jagged. I've just noticed this lately. It was probably like that before when I was doing it, but we were so new to it that I didn't know any of that stuff. I still don't know, but I do know that the histogram is crisper when the seeing is better. You know, we're doing a lot of this stuff here by just watching. I watch a lot of the guys on Live Skies, and I kind of lurk there. I don't participate a whole lot, but those guys are super nice to me, and I try and pick up tips and tricks from those guys all the time, and we're always learning here. All right. Don't forget. Now, you know what's crazy? We don't have a ton of entries in the telescope giveaway. It doesn't matter to me. I know that the people entering are the people that watch this stream, but we have had literally hundreds of visits, not to our website, but to the contest site. So the contest, whenever there's a new IP, a person that clicks on it, it logs a new IP and says, oh, hey, that's another person that's checking this contest out. But you gotta have the secret code, and the secret code is Mars with a capital M, M-A-R-S, Mars. That's right, red rocks. I bet you. I hope somebody gets that reference. But anyway, good. You want it? Yeah, I'm. Somebody here that watches the stream is going to get a really nice telescope. It's an entry-level telescope, but it's not a junker like you get from Costco. It's actually, the optics are crisp and clean on it, and that's what you want. To me, it is an absolute moon killer. I love looking at the moon with that SL102. It is amazing. I have one. Just to let you know, I have that scope. I don't have the mount, but I do have the scope, and we piggyback it off of Clyde once in a while. And we use it as a giant spotting scope, and it is absolutely wonderful with a camera on it. Let's see here. We've got 34 frames. Let's go down a little more. I think in a few more frames. Oh, hey Tim, how you doing? A couple of the guys from work, they are checking us out tonight. I know our friend Tim, I think he's getting ready for an Ironman competition this week, and I talked to him about it. It is absolutely insane that he is doing that. He's going to finish and he's going to do well. It's going to be awesome. If it wasn't so far away, I'd go up there and cheer him on, but it might be a little cold out for me up there. I'm getting old. So, but this picture is turning out beautiful. I think my co-host is going to be beeping me soon because I'm not zoomed in. This is beautiful. This is this right here is the dark nebula portion of Bernard 33, and down here, this is a reflection nebula. See how it has that bluish tint to it? Those are reflections in space. I don't know how it works, but the guys at NASA tell me that this is a reflection nebula. So we're going to take NASA's word for it because those guys are definitely a lot smarter than I am. And this down here, this is the Maple Leaf Nebula, the Flame Nebula, the Ellipse Nebula. It's got a lot of different names. This is a gorgeous nebula. Just wait till we get into post-processing on this. It's going to be amazing. Oh, we got some in here. We got some definite star trails in our mount, or some definite hot pixel trails a little bit tonight. Clyde doesn't seem to be doing as good as he usually does. But we do have a lot of frames on here, but that's okay. One of these days, I know I keep talking about it, and we're going to use guiding here, get a guide scope on it, but it won't be till the future. When you start getting into some of the equipment we use here, it starts getting pretty pricey. So we like normal people have to wait to buy new equipment pieces. Let's see here. Let's go. This is looking good. This is looking good. All right, we're at 41 frames. All right, let's go down. We're just going to hit this a little bit harder. Let's drop this right down to there, and we're going to let like 3 or 4 frames. This is something I've been kind of messing with. I haven't seen anybody do it, but it seems to work a little bit. We're going to kind of hover our mouse over this, and you're going to see the brightness jump up almost dramatically. We're going to go down a little bit more, and the brightness is going to layer on top of those dark layers. We're just going to keep an eye on attack right here and make sure that it doesn't get too bright. I haven't. I've seen them in there. I've actually had airplanes come through here, but no shooting stars yet. And there is a lot of them out here where we live. If you look up for any amount of time, you're going to see a shooting star out here. It's crazy. All right, this stack is going good. Now the mount's doing okay. Not as good as I want tonight, but the software's taking care of it. This information is starting to really stack up because we have this down so far. Let's go a little bit further. We got to be careful we don't ruin our stack. Because once we ruin it, we're out of it. We'd have to start again, and it's too late for that for me. I'm too old and too tired. But as you see, we've slowly lightened this. If we were to go down all the way, it would be bright, immensely bright, like right away. But because we did that slow sort of draw up to it, it's very, very good, and it doesn't overpower anything. All right, I think that's good. We're going to take our white line and we're going to move it back down to here. And then we're going to let a few of those darks stack back up on there. It's not going to make the picture darker. It's just going to make the darks darker. That's what I tend to see when we are doing this. It's all by trial and error here because, we like to do a mediocre astronomy. Thanks, Tim. I'm glad you're enjoying it. This is, if you ever look on the internet, this is probably one of the most famous targets ever. So this is it, the Horsehead Nebula. I'm not sure our picture will look like the internet's, but it's going to be good. All right, we are at 48. Usually we stop at like 32, 36. Let's go ahead and let's take a picture. All right, we got our picture. We're going to continue to let we're going to continue to let the camera just stack and see what happens. I always try to do that. Let's see here. Let's go to our live processing screen. And this way. Oh, there you go. You can see our telescope control over here. That's our Gemini 2 GOooooo system for our mount. And let's see. Let's go up here to. Remember, we like to do our range first. This is like a histogram, and this left side is going to bring the black level way down. Oh, look at that. Look at that picture go dark. That is amazing. We actually could have sharpened this a little bit. I was planning on doing that, but I get so busy talking that I forgot. But that's okay. Let's go. We're going to go no adaptive wiener filters or anything funny like that tonight. We're going to go right into our curve, which is if you're getting into any type of processing for astronomy or astrography, the curve is where it's at. So let's go ahead, and we're on the white channel, the alpha channel, and we are going to do our astro curve. Oh, look at that, lighten that right up. But then when we go to do our astro curve, it's going to leave the lights light and make the darks dark again. Look at that. That is absolutely incredible. All right. Not too bad with Elon gave us 1 star trail. It's not too bad. All right. Now let's add just a little bit. There we go, right there. We don't want to overpower that white. Right there. Okay. Now let's see here. Obviously there's a lot of red in here, so we're going to do a little bit of red on our curve. Let's go there. That pops that right out, but we want to get this red. There is a Mission Nebula out here. If you see this part that's red, there's a Mission Nebula out there, but we want to get the contrast in this picture. Don't forget, when you're doing your imaging or with your camera or even with your phone, and you take your picture and put it on the computer off of your phone, the way you do your processing is all up to creative choice in what you like. We could make this picture look crazy if we wanted to, but we're going to stick with the bread and butter here. Let's go up. Oh, look at that. That made that red absolutely pop out of there. Oh my goodness, this is good stuff. I'm getting excited. Now we do have this blue down here for the reflection nebula. Now let's try, because remember, we can always exit out. Let's just give it just a little bit of blue pop, and we're going to take the blue pop out of here. I think there we go. Oh, there we go. Those blue highlights just popped right up. I think that's pretty good. We could do this a lot better in the GIMP, but we like to do it quick and easy here in our amazing Mountain Cam Sky software. Well, let's click OK. Boy, look at that image. That is phenomenal. All right, look at the detail in the Flame Nebula. That is absolutely crazy stuff. This is going to be a good stream. This is one you're going to tell your friends to go back and go, oh my gosh, watch Starlight Starbright's observatory stream. That target, the Horsehead Nebula, is crazy, and it is crazy. Wow, look at the detail in this. Look at all the dark dust lanes through this thing. That is crazy. Oh, and there's our friend Alnitak. It is super bright. And here's our beautiful Reflection Nebula. That is crazy. Now, don't forget, what we're seeing right now, if NASA is correct, and they're usually right, I'm pretty sure, the light we are seeing now emanated 1,375 light years ago, which is absolutely insane. It could be totally different right now out there, what we're looking at, because the light is it takes the light that long to travel here. Look at the detail in this part right here. This is like it's almost like a cloud shelf through here. This is amazing. There we have the beautiful dark horsehead nebula through here. Like here's his little whiskers and stuff. I think that's what they call them. I don't know, but this is absolutely amazing. Look at the detail in this nebula. This is beautiful. Uh, our elongated hot pixels aren't beautiful, and we could get rid of those with darks, but that's okay. We're not gonna try and do all that. But this is an amazing target. Even up in here is beautiful. You can see where these dust lanes sort of just wisp right out of there. That is amazing. All right, there it is. You can see how much our mounts kind of drifted tonight. You know, Clyde has his good nights and his bad nights. It just must be a bad night. You know, I've been on the Gemini 2 group page, and you know, everybody sort of has this problem that it's a little bit finicky, especially and this is the RA axis that does this all the time. It's not the declination. I'm not quite sure what to do about it, but this is amazing. What an amazing picture. I can't believe how much color is emanating from these nebulae. This is amazing. You know, there's so much to look at out here. We're just going to save that right here. Let's see. Our stack looks really good still. It's still just stacking away, and we've been over here talking about it, and we now have 65 frames in our stack, which realistically, if you're getting into this, it's not a lot. Like I saw, what gave me the idea is I saw a Horsehead Nebula picture on the Facebook, you know, came through the feed, and they had, like, I don't know, 60 frames of one and 60 frames of another and 30 frames of another and so many darks and all this, and they had like hours of integration in this. Don't get me wrong, it was absolutely beautiful, but I gotta tell you, I don't think it's that much different than what we have here, other than than our hot pixels and stuff in here. Yeah, it's cool, Amy. This is a great picture. This is amazing. All right. Well, you know what? I was actually on here. We spent actually a lot of time on this. I think we started. We've been on the stream like 35 minutes already. That's crazy. I don't think we'll have enough time for another target. Let's see here. Because it's a work night. I'm an early riser. I think everybody on here is an early riser. I know that I think Amy is an early riser too. But this is some more stuff that we can get into. We're still kind of low. It's starting to come up in the sky. But look at all this stuff we can start looking at. We're going to try and get on here. Our streams will be getting a little bit later here in the as the winter progresses. But we can do like the Rosette Nebula. That is an absolutely amazing target. And now I haven't figured out how to do it, but I did purchase the yeah, I did purchase the filters to do the Hubble palette. I don't know how to do it yet. It actually requires filter changing, but we do have a filter tray already in Clyde in our Hyperstar. But we have to pull them out and change them. That may be something maybe we should try and I'll try it offline, and if it's easy, just maybe going out there and changing a filter and grabbing some more stacks and putting them together. We could try that, because the Hubble palette, if you look it up, is amazing, and it has these beautiful bronze colors. It's got like a sulfur filter and an oxygen filter, and it's 3 or 4 different filters that you stack together. I think it's 3, and then you get these amazing colors out of it. We may try to do that. We're set up to do it. We just had to figure out how to do it. You know, it just takes time, and unfortunately, time is something a lot of us don't really have. But speaking of that, I appreciate, there's quite a few viewers on tonight, and I appreciate everybody coming out here to view this amazing Bernard 33, the Horsehead Nebula. It is absolutely, oh, I never changed our ticker. That's okay. They know what it is. It is Bernard, just in case. It's Bernard 33. There we go. All right, Bernard 33. So there it is. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm super psyched. This turned out really good, way better than I thought it would. This is great stuff. Beautiful, beautiful picture. Look at that. Look at the cloud wisps on that. That is amazing. So that's your goal. Go outside tonight, grab your coffee right before bed, take your cup of coffee or your hot chocolate out, and remember, put Stellarium on your phone, and then go out here, and you're going to look up in the sky right there, and you're going to see these 3 stars right on top of each other. That is Orion's belt, and we are right here. And then you can look up there and go, oh my gosh, all that stuff is in Orion's belt. What an amazing, amazing constellation Orion is. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Amy, that you guys are doing that. Yeah, it's so cool. Remember, this is a great family entertainment. I know it can be a little bit like watching paint dry sometimes. We try not to do that here. We try to get the equipment that will give us these instantaneous, almost instantaneous pictures. We don't have to spend hours here getting it. And this picture, you could take this picture and you could hang this on your wall and be proud of it. This is amazing. Remember, we don't do astrography here, even though we come out with amazing pictures. We do live electronically assisted astronomy here. It's EAA. It sits a little bit between visual and astrography. We're visual in that we're using the camera to stack live pictures, but we're still able to achieve pictures with this software and the Malicam, wonderful Malicam cameras. I can't say enough about them. They're absolutely awesome. Our DS10 is like an amazing camera. It's unbelievable. But you can still get into it. You don't have to go crazy with it. There's still quite a few options you can get out there for cameras that are pretty cheap. And if you can and you have a laptop, that would be the way to go. Although there's nothing quite like looking at the moon visually. It's super clear. It's even better than it is on the computer when you can do it visually. But this is great. I'm not sure we'll be here tomorrow night. I'm hoping it's going to be clear on the weekend, and we're going to come back with a great stream. We're going to maybe Saturday, if everybody is able to. We can do a little bit later. These will be higher in the sky. We could try like the Rosette Nebula, or we could go back to the Great Orion Nebula, or we could do we got to do the Running Man Nebula. If you look at our picture from last whenever it was our last stream, I think it might have even been Sunday. When you look at the Great Orion Nebula, make sure you look at that picture on Facebook, and you can see in the bottom left the Running Man. That's right, I'll be back. That Running Man, that guy, we're showing our age here. If you know what the Running Man is, it's one of my favorite movies, right next to Lone Wolf McQuade. Those are 2 you gotta look up. But anyway, beautiful picture. Beautiful picture. Thank you for being out here tonight. This has been absolutely exciting. Now I got to get out here. I got my slippers on, and I got to try and shut this roof without having my slippers fall off. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. It's been fun. Don't forget, I already said the secret code, and it's Mars. M-A-R-S with a capital M. Don't forget that. Go to our site, starlightstarbrightobservatory.com. You can get it from any of our streaming sites. And click the telescope entry link on the front page. Make sure you have that secret code, enter your other information, and you can win an amazing entry-level Celestron telescope. That's what we use here, Celestron, and it will be great for you and your family to either see if you love astronomy or hate astronomy. We love it here. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming out. There it is, Bernard 33. Good night, Burger, and good night, everybody else. Thanks for coming out. We'll see you. We'll see you soon. Good night.